Just some information on this turntable. Pioneer PL-220. It's a belt drive one. These have some common failure issues. There was a service bulletin put out on them initially, early on. These feet up under here. The rubber, there's a big tall rubber piece in there for suspension, and the off-gassing from that rubber would affect this speed switch in here. So that switch would get corroded from the off-gassing, so you could have problems with this speed switch. And they actually put out a different foot, the bushing in there, and they recommended replacing the switch in the foot. Of course, that was back when you could get those parts. On this particular one, the symptom was, well, I needed a belt, it needed the rubber mat, I was missing some stuff. It's worth fixing, it's a decent turntable. This one here, when it did come on, the thing RPM would just take off like crazy, up over 100 RPM, and it was just full bore. Turns out the speed pot right here was bad, and of course you can't find a speed pot the correct size, and it's physically small too. I mean, it's got to be the exact pot, 400 ohm pot, and since I couldn't get one of those, I messed around with some different resistor values and ended up settling with a 330 ohm resistor. Just bypassed this pot here. So right now this guy's still in the circuit, but it's completely open, so it doesn't do anything. This is no adjustment at all. So you have to adjust it underneath. Actually, let me take this off and I'll show you where it's at. The little pots are right there for the speed adjust. 45 and 33 adjust separately. But with the resistor I have in there, I'm able to run both speeds, and it locks in pretty accurately. And I've run several different albums on it for quite a while, let it get warm, run it warm and cool and everything, and seems to be holding the speed pretty well. So hopefully we're not going to have to take this thing open. We're at 45 now. There's 33. And it's all working correctly now. Here's the arm up, the arm lower. We'll draw this into here and we'll do the auto return on it. And you can see the RPMs are indicated down in there. But it's worth saving if you can find one of these guys. The most common failures, like I said, are in this speed control in this corner, anything in this corner, because the off-gassing from that little rubber foot up in there, apparently. I did clean the contacts on this switch. I didn't have to replace the switch. I just sprayed out, cleaned the contacts out on it, and bypassed that pot there, and everything else is fine on this guy. So, anyway, the PL-220, pretty decent little turntable overall. Definitely worth restoring and getting it back up and going.